Good morning, guys. Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Out to my morning walk, heading towards the beach for my morning swim. And today I want to talk about a term that just came to mind yesterday, spiritual bodybuilding. So I call what I do holistic bodybuilding. If you go into my Instagram, link in the description by the way, but you'll see Theo, holistic bodybuilding coach. And what I mean by that is that bodybuilding is absolutely at the center of the process I do and I teach and coach others in, right? Working on the body, becoming stronger, more muscular, cycles of bulking and cutting to, in the end, have a strong, muscular, lean physique. But it is just a huge part, the most central tool for a bigger process, a bigger work on the self. And it just so happens that working on the body, obviously, if you get stronger and healthier, you're just better all over. There's nothing you're not going to be better at except getting drunk and eating junk food. You're going to be worse at that, But you see what I'm saying? It's part of a bigger process in the work on yourself. And I guess it could go into the same thing as spiritual bodybuilding, depending on how you want to define them. It could be the same thing. But it just occurred to me yesterday that not only can like bodybuilding, working on the body, be part of a bigger self-improvement process, but it can actually be a spiritual tool. So I just started thinking about this a little bit yesterday. I haven't fleshed it all out, so I just want to go see where it leads me. Being spiritual, what does it mean? Well, I'm spiritual. I have a belief in God. I like to say God, despite my old atheist self, but I'm not attached to where I don't think that God is something outside of us. I think it's the opposite, in fact. I think God is inside all of us and everything, right? So I don't adhere to any one particular religion. I think all of them, at their core, we're trying to get to the same thing. And it doesn't matter really if there's something in the center. Imagine a center in a city. Doesn't matter from which direction you come, you end up in the center anyways, right? But so I have my own, spiritual belief, as I think everyone should have, because we are, as humans, we are imperfect. No one is gonna nail down, like, this is the one fundamental truth. But many people are gonna come up with interpretations, again, that lead to the same center. But so, we are a spirit, we are not our bodies, mind, emotions. You're thinking things, so you think you are thinking them. But all these things, they just belong to you. You are the one that has this body. You're the one that experiences these emotions. You're the one that's aware of these thoughts, but you aren't those things, right? Those things together is like the vehicle the soul is working through. So just working on the body is, of course, a spiritual practice, because the way I see it, the true temple of God is the body. The spirit resides in this body. So, of course, taking good care of your body is a spiritual act in that sense. You're taking care of the vehicle or the soul, right? But also, we're talking about being spiritual. Where is being enlightened, So, wow, I have so much. It's been a very spiritual, digging deep into the spiritual stuff this year. So I have a lot of things. Guess I'm going to have to, I'm just trying to figure out what videos I want to make. But, okay, I feel like I've gone in and out of enlightenment. It seems like the most, the masters, like Jesus or Buddha or something, they managed to come to a point where they never really fell out of it. But in an enlightened state, you're just one with everything. You observe yourself. You know that these thoughts and feelings, I feel like doing this, I'm thinking this, la la la. You see it you just discern through this, You're just the observer. That's where you want to be. So a lot about being spiritual and applying even a certain religion, but it is discerning the truth and doing what's right, not acting on autopilot, on your scripts, on the things you think are your ego's thoughts and emotions, right? So when we work on our body, we're gonna have to discern a lot, because a lot of our just vessel here is gonna tell us, don't do that, do this instead, You're in a calorie deficit. Your thoughts and feelings are going to tell you, I want more. It's okay for me to have more because of this. Or maybe if I do this, I can eat more. oh no, I'll start tomorrow. You know, all these things that you're gonna be told from your vessel, you have to just discern through and be like, no, I know what the end goal is here. I want to lose weight. Then I have to be in a calorie deficit. I can't talk or feel my way to any other truth. I feel like eating more. I want to. My ego can come up with excuses as to why it's okay. But ultimately, it just is not what I should be doing, right? So you learn to discern through. It's the same with hitting the workouts, of course. I don't wanna, it's heavy. No, I'm still a little sore from this. Maybe I'll stop just here. I think I can do more reps, but I stop just here. Or maybe I'll injure myself. It's actually the right choice to stop here. You know, your ego, your feelings, your thoughts, gonna be able to persuade you to not go to the gym, or if you're there, half-ass it, all this. And you just then, if you wanna put on muscle, you just have to get past all that and know that if I wanna put on muscle, I have to push myself. I have to be consistent. I have to be doing more of these things over time. I have to push up the weight to increase the reps, the volume, or whatever progression scheme you have, right? So, yeah, when you live a lifestyle as a bodybuilder, you know, I'm using that word, not, of course, I'm not someone that competes. So recreational or professional bodybuilder, natural or enhanced, it doesn't matter. But when you live that lifestyle, it is a continuity with the training and diet mainly that has to happen. And you're, of course, you get better at it. Of course, if you were a food addict, it's going to be easier if you get rid of your food addiction to stick to a deficit. But it's still something you're going to have to put effort into. You're going to have to go against just your impulses of the robot vessel here and discern that, no, I'm done now, right? So being a bodybuilder, someone that has on the week certain amount of calories they should be eating, you know, in a surplus or deficit, depending if you're bulking or cutting, and certain workouts they should hit, and a progression that should be taking place here. You know, gaining weight if you're bulking, getting the numbers up in the gym if you're bulking, putting on muscle, and losing weight mainly if you're cutting. Could be some exercises you make progress with, of course, but it makes you live a lifestyle when you are constantly discerning and working through and overpowering. I don't want to say overpowering, because spiritual practice should not take a lot of effort. It's like an effort to not make effort, basically. It's very... Oh, I have so many... In the duality, it's very much in the center of the balance, right? There's something you have to do, but you can't try too hard to do it. You have to just allow it. But living this lifestyle of being very mindful of what you eat and how much you eat and how you train forces you to practice some discernment and go against your just impulses of the flesh, body and mind and emotions. So I think it's really cool, because this, I guess this is why I mean that it could in a sense this be same as the holistic bodybuilding. But you know, say that you've managed to push yourself, you cut some weight, you build some muscle, and you know you've had these battles when you sometimes, you know, you didn't feel like going to the gym, your ego was coming up with all these excuses, but you finally went, you hit the workout, and this happened, you know, consistently over time, and then you really see the results, right? And the same with the diet. Maybe you cheated, you came up short sometimes, but when you manage to stay away from the food you shouldn't be eating for long enough, you could actually see that fat. You're going to see a carryover to other places in your life. Like, you know, any other addiction you have, you might see it the same way. Like, no, I just have to, for long enough, go against this voice that says, maybe just the last time, or maybe just this, da 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 da. It's a carryover. This is how it happened for me. Like, it was first of all with the panic attacks I went through. They just taught me this pattern of, you know, the difficult now or difficult later. Life contains difficult, no matter how you look at it. I had always been running from the difficult now by, you know, just avoiding it or using vices to numb myself out from it. And then I was hit with a difficult later, which was the panic attacks. The panic attacks forced me to face the difficult now, face the panic attacks. And I overcame them, and then I saw this big pattern that, okay, it's actually when something is difficult, it's facing it that leads to everything being less difficult afterwards, right? And, sorry, I accidentally paused. So it started there, and then I started to realize, this occurred to me when I started training that, I've been hiding from it, I've been saying not now, la la la. But when I pushed myself, I didn't feel like training. I could notice myself getting stronger and feeling better very quickly. And from my experience with training then, that there's a reason why me and a lot of other people use the gym and training as an analogy for other processes of improvement or overcoming in life. Because it's so much, that you have to push yourself. You have to overcome, not yourself, because it isn't yourself, but your vessel, to do what's right beyond what you feel and think, and then accomplish something good. It's going to carry over to many things in your life, and just in general, that was what life is about. Overcoming the fakeness, the ego, and just doing what's right. Yeah, spiritual bodybuilding. I'm just thinking, because I have so many things I could talk about regarding spirituality lately. I was thinking before this video, but I just remembered that, yeah, that's right, I was thinking about this yesterday, that I have so many insights and things I'm thinking about and that I want to share, but some of them I don't even know where to start, So this was a good topic like that, but many things, I maybe I should just have the spiritual live stream and see what happens from that. And now I'm just thinking, is there anything more with specifically spiritual bodybuilding? I think I got the point across. You use this practice, bodybuilding, always be, and by the way, fasting. If we, that's of course not most bodybuilders, may they be natural, enhanced, recreational or competition bodybuilders. It's just something most bodybuilders don't do, but it's of course inherently a spiritual practice. So if you get that into the whole mix, even better. But using this work on your body, discerning through your thoughts and emotions, eating what you should, training, moving like you should to reach these goals, instead of just succumbing to impulses of the flesh. Yeah, I'm sorry if the ending was strange here. Okay, guys, please leave a comment. What do you think? And please like. All comments and likes help support the channel, so it's very much appreciated. I am having a special coaching offer that won't be coming back. I have during the summer, as I plan to reboot my regular services. It's fitness and nutrition, but all this kind of stuff I'm talking about here too. So please send me a DM on Instagram or email me, and I'll tell you more about how it works. It's all in the description. Please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality. It's a mindset, guys. Body, mind, and soul. Peace.